Hey guys, it's Bob Kudlow with Trade Genius. Got my good friend Phil here with me. Today is one of the most bizarre trading days that I think I've ever experienced. The correlations are just out of whack. Are we going to get a cyber attack or something worse this weekend? Stay tuned.
Trade Genius.
Okay, Phil, I'm not known for somebody with hyperbole, even though, I can lean bearish, but I just sat here today and said, why is Bitcoin and its proxies the only thing going up today and no other safe havens? It's just really weird. Not a liquidity issue, Middle East issue, but it just went nuts. And still going nuts here. We just closed on the day, and who knows what's going to happen this weekend. I'm going to throw it over to you. I have a chart. If you want me to throw the chart up, then I can explain it. Then I'm going to throw it over to you, Phil. But this is just what I've been watching. We had a breakout now of that 66,000 area, and there's a kind of a volume void up to 74,000. And I wasn't thinking so much on the technicals. I was thinking more on the correlations. And you said you were kind of trading overnight, and things weren't looking like it was going to do this today. And I'm like, hey, something's up. I'm going to throw it over to you. What do you think?
Yeah, so was getting alerts about the outages coming, over the news alerts and things like that. And so whenever you have something like that, it's a situation of you don't know what you don't know, right? So prudent thing would be to take, if you had any leverage positions off the table. Now, we come into the New York session and boom, Bitcoin just aggressively takes off, which that's what Bitcoin does at times. It takes off aggressively. But the weird thing, like you said, was the correlations here are so far off. It's completely uncorrelating with anything going on in the market. I mean, the S&P 500 is kind of down toward the lows of the day today as we were recording this. And those levels are actually kind of getting toward critical mass, because if the S&P 500 loses 5,500, which we're essentially sitting on here, that negative gamma feedback loop starts to kick in. So we could be in for more red on Monday. Like you said, what does that mean for the weekend? The suspicious thing about this move on Bitcoin, if you look at the chart, it's basically the worms telling you should be long now and this and that. But I do get concerned when the open interest in the perpetual futures at Binance and Bybit start to open really aggressively. And that's what we're seeing here. Now, the saving grace is that the spot premium is actually positive, meaning that the Coinbase premium is positive, and that's usually bullish for price. However, if we start rolling over on the weekend and that they start unwinding all of that open interest that opened from where this started from, it is possible that this pump could get round tripped, especially if the spot premium starts to go negative. So that's what I'm watching. If the spot premium goes negative, where we pumped from is probably the downside target. Unfortunately, that means round tripping this move, but you have to just be weary of when things like that happen. And the situation today was so bizarre with the outages. I mean, you'd think if anything was going to have a hard day, cyber related, it would be something like Bitcoin, and yet, it had a great one of its better days. So pretty bizarre. I'm not totally convinced of the move. If we can flip, basically this is the way I'm looking at it. If we can flip this 67 area, 67.5 to support, then I think, we have a good chance to go to the next resistance area, which is 72. Over 72, you're going to all-time highs. So you just, at the end of the day, price is truth, regardless of, what you might think is going on. But I'm cautiously bullish, Bob, I guess is the best way to put it, because of just kind of the weird stuff that went on in the last 24 hours.
Hey everybody, it's Bob with Trade Genius. Usually I do fun ads. I talk about our service, but I want to be serious with you for a second. We've been helping a lot of people trading for a long time. As you can see here, I want to let them do the talking for me for a change. But most importantly, we want to help you too. If you have not joined our service yet, come check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. Full service. We have chat room. We have the algorithms for you. We give trades out every day. We educate you. So go to tradelikeagenius.com. Check us out. What you get out of our service is much, much more than what you put into it. And we'd like to see you in the room. Thanks for listening. Yeah, and I agree with you. And set that off aside for a second. Look, there was weird trading ahead of Donald Trump's assassination attempt, on Rumble and DJT. There's always these weird footprints ahead of time. I mean, this one's pretty bizarrely obvious. Sell everything and buy Bitcoin. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it was just a massive short covering rally that everybody jumped on and sold everything else to take advantage of it. But I don't think so. What's the only thing that these correlations could go down? Some sort of attack on Wall Street over the weekend, or the central bank or something, and who knows, this thing with CrowdStrike could end up in a bit of a test run. We went ahead and changed the programmable logic on machines inside of an uranium enrichment facility. So I'm not above somebody going in there and changing a CrowdStrike driver that was good to go as it goes out the door. So guys, be cautious and have your head on the swivel this weekend. And then hopefully Monday will come and it was just because Bitcoin wanted to run and everybody's having a temper tantrum because they want the Fed to cut in July because they got to reelect the incumbent. So anyway, that's the first time I put my tinfoil hat on in a long, long time, Phil. But I'll tell you, I just sat here all day in amazement.
Yeah, if it was a short covering rally, we would see open interest actually going down sharply. We're not seeing that. We're seeing open interest going up sharply. So somebody's jamming the futures, the perpetual futures on those overseas futures exchanges rather hard, which is why I'm kind of suspicious. If we saw a short covering rally type footprint, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Everyone was short Bitcoin from higher up and they're unwinding that. That would make perfect sense. And that would actually be something I would want to see, because then you get a situation where you lift price and then bulls come in, catch it and push it higher. But because the bulls now are over leveraged from an open interest standpoint, now you have the risk of those guys getting unwound if price comes back down. So I just kind of think there's some sort of shenanigans going on here. Not totally convinced, but at the end of the day, we just have to go with what price says. So flip 67, 68, you can look for 72 and then 74.
And by the way, guys, we're well positioned on this. We told people to get into Coney, Misty, YBit,
Yep.
Bitcoin, BITO, so if nothing happens, we all had a great day in those products today. So Come check us out. If the world is still existing on Monday, tradelikeagenius.com, join our service. We'll catch you guys later.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Trade Genius.